The mental health consequences of events linked to a changing global climate include malstress, distress, high-risk coping behavior, and occasionally mental disorders such as depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress. As a kid, my process of development is crucial to who I grow up, and of course, factors like malstress, distress, or mental disorders do not help. Today, I will be mainly talking about one of the main contributors to climate change, air pollution, and a basic introduction. Air pollution includes greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, and greenhouse gases causes the climate to warm by trapping heat from the sun into the Earth's atmosphere. So, air pollution, among other environmental threats, is particularly harmful to both our physical and mental health. Physically could be through damage of our lungs, heart, etc., and mentally could be through mental health problems. And there is now growing evidence of a link between certain air pollutants and mental illnesses such as depression, dementia, anxiety, and suicide. The risk is especially high among young people living in urban areas, according to recent studies by psychiatry research, and children become 3 to 4 times more likely to face depression at age 18 if they were to be exposed at dirtier air at age 12. So, to the personal part. Personally, I fit with the description of children that has a high chance of developing mental health problems, with me being 12 and also living in an urban area. And while air pollution and also other environmental hazards pose a threat to our mental health, healthy environments can also help us feel better and even have a more curative effect, which is definitely not what is not the cause of climate change. And as a child at age 12, living in Hanoi, one of the most polluted cities in the world, ranked 38th, and climate change has been one of the lowest points of my life. Climate change has possibly one of the factors that led me to face depression at age grade 5. So with so much going on, everything's just become so much harder to handle, and of course, climate change does not help solve this problem. And I kept this to myself and never had the guts to share it with anyone else, which is the characteristics of depression and also the toxicity of it. And it was not an easy time to overcome for me, especially being just a kid. And there were times that I felt hopeless and useless, which is definitely not what any parent would want their child to think of themselves, right? And personally, I would feel like depression would always be there with me as I grow up and start to maybe achieve greater things or try to have a bright future, I guess. And it would affect everything in my life, from working to studying or keeping up with relationships. Everything would be so much harder. And with the mental health and the depression part explained about myself, we can see how climate change has affected the mindset of a child living healthily and then suddenly living unhealthily just because of certain pollutants in the air, air pollution basically. So, in short, climate change has contributed to a monster that many wanted to defeat, and climate change could contribute to many toxicities or many harmful factors in with our mental health, and this is the way that climate change has affected my personal life. Thank you for listening.